O, this is adult, we're looking about O, okay. O says O when one of the next two letters is another vowel. If not, it says ah. When O is the very last letter, it says O. When O is almost to the end of a longer word and there's a consonant after it, it says OA says O at the beginning and middle of short words, mostly. O, consonant, final silent E, is usually how you spell the O sound toward the end, at the end of longer words. And OI spells oi, the beginning, middle of short words. OY spells oi at the end of any length word. OI, oi, the beginning and middle of short words. Oi at the end of any word. All right, you ready? Do you feel like you have a little bit of a handle on that? If it's your first time, hang in there, hang in there. We do a little bit of review at the end of each month, but other than that, you're going to learn a new reading pattern every single time we meet, right along with the rest of us. You can jump in this class at any time. Just catch us where we are, move along forward, and wrap around because we loop it every year. Okay, so let me share my screen and let's get going. All right, let me get my little annotation tool out. And let's start marking this. So, Y, here we have consonant Y. Hello. We don't see consonant Y very often. We really don't. Consonant Y is, I think it's less than 3% of the time. When you see Y, it's almost always going to be a vowel. Very rarely will it be a consonant. There's not too many words that start with a Y. Y is a consonant if it's the first letter of a word or a syllable. So, hello, consonant Y. Nice to see you. And here we have a vowel Y at the end there. So we know that this O is going to say ah because of those two consonants after it. And here is our OY that says oi. So our sounds are y. Make sure that when you make the sound of Y that your mouth is in a long wide grin and only the back of your tongue is moving. Your jaw doesn't drop. So it's just y, y, okay? Y, ah, p, oi, oi. Yaproi, yaproi, yaproi. If you say it fast, then these two sounds will blend together nice and quick. Yaproi. Go ahead and try yours over here. Okay, so this O is going to say ah because of those two consonants after it. And this OY says oi. That's for the end of words. So there's our friendly consonant Y again, coming to say hello to our reading class. We have y, ah, sh, t, oi. Ya, drop your jaw on that ah. Yashtoi, yashtoi, yashtoi. All right, number 2. So C is going to make its hard sound almost always, just like Y is a vowel almost always. C says k almost always. The only time it doesn't is if the next letter is an E, I, or Y. And that's going to be a whole lesson that we're going to learn, that you're really going to have a lot of practice with C. But that's another lesson. For now, C will always say k. So this is going to make its hard sound. O-E says O. Forgot to say that in our review. O-E says O, and it's usually at the end, well, it's always at the end of, well, usually, I'm not sure about always, almost always, if not always, it says O at the end of short words. And I think there's only 5 words in our language that have that short O-E at the end of it. Let's see if I can remember them. Do, ro, toe. Nope, I can only remember 3. Look how rare it is. If you can think of two more, let me know in the chat. But sometimes you will see that. Whoops, let me share my screen. OE at the end of very short words. It says O. It follows the tap 2 rule. So this O is going to say O. This E is going to say nothing. The sounds are K, L, O, clo. Go ahead and try yours. All right, so you only have two sounds in your whole world. Oh, faux. Thank you, Sarah. We only have two sounds in this whole word. Even though there's 4 letters, there's only 2 sounds. We have a ch and a o. Cho. Cho. Very fast word. Okay, let's try number 3. We're getting a little bit longer here. So this O is going to make its short sound and say ah because those next 2 letters are consonants. And here we see an O that's almost to the end of a longer word with a consonant after it, which you now know says ah, the schwa sound, represented by that upside down E. So our sounds are p, l, ah, n, s, t, m. Since this is a longer word, I'm going to go one sound at a time. Pull, pla, plon, plonce, plonst. Get that in. Remember, L's, R's, and N's are going to be the ones that are going to leave without you knowing, get in the word without you knowing, or get mixed up in the word without you knowing. Control that N. Plonst. And here's an R. Plonster, plonstra, plonstrum, plonstrum. Not an easy word to say. Try yours. Get that R. Okay. So this O is going to say ah, right? The short sound, because the 2 letters after it are consonants. Here we have our schwa sound represented by that O, because it's almost to the end of a longer word, and there's a consonant after it. So if we say this word one sound at a time, nice and slow, we have law, lom, loms, lomst, lomster. It's kind of like lobster, but we're changing the b to a m. Lomster, lomstra, lomstrum, lomstrum. How did you do on lomstrum? Would you put a Y for yes, you got it, or an A for almost? How did you do on lomstrum on your own before I came in? Wow, that's a lot of Y's and a few A's. Okay, here come the A's. You're like, almost, almost. Amazing. Beautiful. Lomstrom. Okay, number 4. So here we have our SH sound, which is voiceless and it's sustained. You can hang on to that sound indefinitely. Shh. Here's our oi in the middle of a word and our O at the end that says O. So you now know that these 2 O's say totally different things because you're recognizing this OI. You're training your brain to recognize that as a unit that has its own sound that says oi. So our sounds are sh, oi, p, l, o. Shoy plo, shoy plo. Now make sure on here that your mouth is making that full adjustment. Oi, before it makes the p sound. There's a lot of big movement in your mouth shapes in this word. Shoy plo, shoy plo. Make sure that you give it its full stretch on that E sound. Go ahead and try yours over here. concentrate on that R. Okay, so this OI says oi. O at the end says O. So we have st, oi, p, r, o. Stoi pro. Stoi pro. Stoi pro. How'd you do on stoi pro? Y or A? We have. Good. Wow. Amazing. Do you guys want to get harder? Okay. Choose one in the extra practice here that you'd like to try as a little more of a challenge. Put your number in the chat. Which one do you want? Okay, we have some 8s and some 9s. Let's try both of those. Go ahead and try number 8 on your own first, and then I'll come in after you, and we'll do it together. Grab that P. That P might be a little hard to pronounce right before that T, but force it. Force your mouth to make those sounds. Okay. So this O is going to say ah. OY is going to say oi. The sounds are sh, ah, p, t, oi. Blending them together, we have shamptoy, shamptoy, shamptoy. If you got that P, you're golden. Oh, we have a lot of requests for different words in here. All right, let's try number 9. 9 is next. Oh, here is our little consonant Y making an appearance again. So this O is going to say ah. This O is going to say ah. OY says oi. Go ahead and try this one on your own. This one's a fun one. The L is what I want you to concentrate on. That's going to be the guy that might cause an error if you're not careful. Okay, so yeah, we have an R and an L in this word that could be tempting to cause you to stumble a little bit. So if you focus on those two sounds, then you will be the boss of them and you will control them and you'll be just fine. So we have ya, yas, yasp, yaspel, yaspla. How are you so far? Yaspla, yaspla, okay? Yasplof, yasploft, Jasplofter, Jasploftroy. How did you do on Jasploftroy? Was it a Y or an A? A Y? Yes, or an A almost. Jasploftroy. All right, they're almost all A's. Well, we've got a little bit of a challenge on that one, didn't we? But that's good. Challenges are good. Yas Plaftroy. As long as you could read it with me and understand what was happening in the word. And if you made an error, if you were able to determine where it was, then you're teaching your brain to recognize each sound in a word and to say them in order. You're just teaching it. When you understand it when I say it, that's a gain. That is a gain for your brain. Yeah, almost all A's for that word. Okay, we have lots of other requests. Let's see what was next. The next guy that got their request in was Joseph, number 2. 2 it is. So we have an ah, an o, and an oi. Try to read this one, everybody. Usually, spelling class is harder than reading class, but today I think spelling class might have been a little easier than reading class because these words, good grief, they're challenging. All right, let's try this one. And what I've done is I've broken it up into syllable chunks. So if you see a vowel, consonant, vowel, you can divide it by putting that consonant to the end. If you see a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, you can divide it by splitting up the consonants. And that's what we have so far here. So here we have a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Right here, you're going to split it between the two consonants. Here I have a vowel, consonant, vowel. So I put that consonant, that one consonant to the end. So now I have 3 correctly divided syllables. Okay, don't ever guess at where to divide syllables because it's important to keep those vowels split correctly to maintain their sound. Anyway, okay, so this first syllable is y, yam. So far so good? We got yam. Second syllable, o, mo. Let's put those first 2 syllables together. Yamo, yamo. Putting yamo on the shelf, starting with the T. T-oy, toy. Combining all 3 syllables. Yamotoy, yamotoy. Now I want to know if you got this one. Y or A? Y for yes, A for almost. How did you do on yamotoy? Okay, that one's a lot easier for a lot of people. Okay, good. Let's try one more. We still have lots of requests here. Let's get this number 3 in before I have to let you go. Okay, number 3. I'm going to let you mark it with me, but read it on your own. Oh, I spoke too soon. There was a lot of A's, a lot of almosts on that last word. So if you're wondering, you're not the only one that almost got that. Most people almost got that, actually. I didn't scroll down far enough. Okay, we are on number 3, trying it. If you want to divide it, it would be divided right here and right here. Okay, let's try it. So this OI is going to say oi, right? So we have y, oi, yoy. So far, so good? Yoy. Starting with the T, op, top. When you put those 2 syllables together, you have yoy top. Hard to say, but you can do it. Force your mouth in the right shape, and it will come out. Yoy, smile on that E part, yoy top, yoy top. Starting with the P, p-o, po. Yoy topo, yoy topo. How'd you do on that one? Let me know. How did we do on yoy topo? Look it, there we go. Yoy topo got a lot more Y's this time. There we go, good. That was not easy. All of these are not easy. They are challenging, but you are getting it. And if you don't get it perfect, you get it close. If you don't get all of the vowels, you probably get most of them, right? That's a gain. That is a step up the mountain. So stop where you are on the mountain. Instead of looking up to where you might have missed or what you still have left to climb, look down. Look at all of the things that you've gained. Look at how far you've come. You know what OI says and where it comes in the word. You know what OY says and where it comes in the word. You know what O at the end says. You know how to read a long O versus a short O. You know a lot. A lot of knowledge is now in your brain bank to keep forever. Well done on O. I'll see you next time when we learn about U. Have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.